Hola corazón, bienvenidos. Thank you so much for being here with me today. This is a really interesting conversation that we're going to get into today, and there's so much to talk about. So, as always, if you like this video, please feel free to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to see more content like this. And I would love to know your thoughts, so please feel free to share them in the comments. All right, so An Abundance of Love, The Ethical Slut. The Ethical Slut is a book that I started reading, and I am fascinated with it. I will read you a little piece of it so that you can get an understanding. So on the front, it says The Ethical Slut by Dossie, Easton, and Janet W. Hardy. A practical guide to polyamory, open relationships, and other adventures. This is the second edition. And then the back says, the groundbreaking book that gave sluts a good name. If you've ever yearned for love, sex, and intimacy beyond the limits of conventional monogamy, The Ethical Slut will open you up to infinite possibilities. Relationship pioneers Dossie Easton and Janet W. Hardy dispel myths about sluthood and show you how to maintain a successful polyamorous lifestyle through open communication, emotional honesty, and safer sex practices. This updated and expanded edition includes new strategies for single sluts, advice on how to open an existing relationship or marriage, and exercises to help you and your partner define relationships on your own terms. Whether you're a card carrying slut or just testing the waters, you'll learn how to expand your circle of lovers and partners, balance your family and personal life, and discover romance and friendship beyond your dreams. I'm fascinated. I just, if I'm correct, um, I am on chapter 8, maybe? I think I'm on chapter 8. Let me just double check. The things in this book are incredible. Seriously, they did a wonderful job at everything. Like, I am just so impressed. Yeah, so I'm on chapter 8. I still have to start it, but I'm on slut skills and I'm so happy about it. So yeah, I'm gonna get into some of these things that they talk about. I freaking love it. I do. And then I'm gonna be talking about like why I love this book so much. And I haven't even finished it yet. But so things like they talk about abundance. Where's do they have a page of contents? All right. So part one, welcome. Who is an ethical slut? Myths and realities, our beliefs, slut styles. I will get into that one. Battling sex negativity, infinite possibilities. Part two, the practice of sluthood. Abundance, slut skills. That's the chapter that I'm going to read soon. Boundaries, flirting and cruising, keeping safe sex, child rearing, navigating challenges, part three, roadmaps through jealousy, embracing conflict. I haven't gotten to this part, so I can only speak on what I know. I listen, like I just love their phrasing and everything. Um, like earning your slut merit badge, like beautiful. Thank you. That's exactly what I want to do. Like seriously, that's exactly what I want to do. The way that they word it makes me want to earn my slut merit badge. And I love honestly how they rephrased slut. So here we go. Sluts tend to want a lot of things, different forms of sexual expression, different people, perhaps men or women, or people in between, or some of each. We are curious. What would it be like to combine the energies of 4 or 5 people in one incandescent sexual encounter? What would it be like to share erotic energy with that person who has been our best friend for years and years? What would it be like to share a household with multiple friends and lovers? What would it be like to be intimate with someone who's very different from us? Of course, each slut is unique, with virtues and faults and diverse needs and values. Some of us express different parts of ourselves with different people. Some of us love flirtation for its own sake. Some of us make an art form out of sex. Some of us find these parts of our lives so important that sluttiness is a basic part of our identity, one of the ways we define ourselves, while others drift in and out of sluttiness according to desire and circumstance. Sluts are not necessarily sexual athletes, although many of us do train more than most. We value sex not as a way to set records, but for the pleasure it brings us and the good times we get to share with however many wonderful people. We love adventure. The word adventurer is sometimes used pejora- pejoratively, sure, suggesting that the adventurous person is immature or inauthentic, not really willing to grow up and settle down into a presumably monogamous lifestyle. We wonder, what's wrong with having adventures? Can't we have adventures and still raise children, buy houses, and do the work that's important to us? Of course we can. Sluts qualify for mortgages just like everybody else. We tend to like our lives complicated, and the challenge of maintaining stable work and home lives while discovering new people and ideas is just what we need to keep us interested and engaged. One of the most valuable things we learn from open sexual lifestyles is that our programming about love, intimacy, and sex can be rewritten. When we begin to question all the ways we have been told we ought to be, we can begin to edit and rewrite our old tapes. By breaking the rules, we both free and empower ourselves. We hate boredom. We are people who are greedy to experience all that life has to offer and are also generous in sharing what we have to offer. We love to be the good time had by all. This is just so great. Like it's just that was just so perfect in my eyes. Like so that is the discussion for today and I think that was beautifully well written and I'm so excited to keep going and learning in this book. I through right now my life experience, I have realized that I think polyamory is the way for me right here, right now. How I see it is I am so young. I am in my early 20s and I don't want to settle down with just one partner for like 5 years and see. I know that there are so many interesting, cool, wonderful, beautiful people on this planet, inside and out. Like, I want to be able to experience and so many different people, beauties, cultures. Like I want it. I want it. And so it's just that's why I decided to do this. I mean, I guess it's a decision. There's one part that I really wanted to get into because I just saw it. It was about slut styles. Like I got excited. I love this. Like I just love their wording. It's just amazing in my eyes. Slut styles, ancient cultures, utopian sexual communities, artists and free thinkers, the love generation, sluthood today. I'm just literally reading the titles. Um, Lesbian women, gay men, bisexuals, transgender and genderqueer folks, tantra and sexual sex practitioners, heterosexuals, mm, sex workers. The fact that they added that, like they were really that's thoughtful. They put a lot of thought into this book, and I can tell, and I'm just so impressed. Um, yes, so basically, I want to get into my experience, or maybe my decision, how I've come to my relationship with polyamory. Let's my relationship with polyamory. Welcome. So polyamory, many loves, is what it translates to, I'm pretty sure. And I know like the world is so abundant that there are so many things that I can experience, and I'm greedy, just like the book said, and I want to know what it's like. So it's really like the book said, we are curious, we are adventurous, we want to know, we want to feel, we want to experience. So that's the main thing. I have had the limiting belief that there is not enough for everyone. Of lack of love, of there's not enough of love, there's not enough money, whatever. Like I was living in that mentality. So um, for a good portion of my life. And now I'm starting to realize that I don't have to live that way. Um, and instead, like once it really all started when I started owning myself, like really standing true and authentic and just like embracing all of this. When I started doing that, things changed in a way. I realized that I don't necessarily have to hide, um, and I shouldn't be shameful because that was some baggage that was related to like sex, and sexuality and sensuality. I had that I had to work through, like being ashamed, feeling guilty. Um, so yeah, like this did not come easily to me, but it just makes a lot of sense in my opinion. Yeah, I really do believe that polyamory is a way to bring more love into the world. I feel like for centuries and decades and in history, there's always been like darkness and hate and anger. And I feel like polyamory is a way to heal that through your relationships, through community. Um, Basically, that's the best way I can describe it. And I think I'm just really curious to meet new people. And I will say that I like this book because they mentioned that like all sluts are different. And for me, I am not a super provocative, I guess, or sexual one. Like, I don't really need that. I just like connection. I like human connection. With people, and it doesn't have to be physical. I like mental, I like emotional, and that's what I crave. Uh, and I need to know what my needs are, and I need to have them met by specific things, um, to make me feel fulfilled in a relationship, satisfied in a relationship. So I have my needs, and I know what these are. So I will only seek out people who I know can fulfill these needs. So that's like the type that I am. Uh, I would say that I am picky. I just don't just because you like me, don't think that I'm gonna like you back just because I'm poly. Like, no, it doesn't work like that. Um, I don't know what it is about people. Some people just hit different. Yeah, my stance is more just like love everybody. Love everybody. There is always something to love about everyone. Um, and for me, it doesn't always have to be about looks. Like I seriously I don't yes, maybe that'll play a role, but there are always different things that I seek. How are you? Are you good for me? Are you stable emotionally, financially, physically, I guess? I don't know. Like, how are you as a person is what I will then evaluate. Um, I do evaluate, like, if you do not expect to get into my circle super easy, it has happened in the past and I've learned that's why I move accordingly. Um, I've realized that precious, and we all are. So therefore, I'm going to be selective, um, and permit those who are, in my eyes, deserving and worthy to experience my time, my love, my energy. And it's not free. In my opinion, it's not free. Like I'll give you free hugs, that's free love. But the time, energy, that's different. That's different. My affection, that's different. You like, you have to earn it in my eyes. You do. So I like to date. I like to date, see what's out there. And I don't know if I'm always going to be poly and have different people in my life, but as of right now, it's working. It's cool. I also really like it because I am the type to give a lot, give what I have, my love, my time, my affection. So having multiple people to give this love to is really nice because I'm not just overwhelming one person and it's not becoming like unbearable for them because that has happened to me in the past where I'm just like so overwhelmed with love and I love them so much and I want to give them um, that it like scares them off because it's so much. So that is something that having multiple partners helps me with. Like, I'm not suffocating someone with all of me. I can sprinkle, and not sprinkle. Like, there is no lack. The thing I really like about this book is that they talk about an abundance. Like, there is no lack of love. Like, there is more than enough. If you are seeing me and you need more of my time or energy or whatever, we can figure something out. But the thing is that, like, just because I'm sharing my love with these two people doesn't mean that I love one more than the other, or that I'm giving one more love than the other. Like, that is not a thing. You can have different relationships, different types of relationships, and they should be embraced for whatever they are. Um, yes. Sorry. There we go. But yeah, what else? And for me, it's literally about gaining experience. I I'm going to be selfish right now. I'm young. I'm me. I want to do what I want to do. And I don't want to be confined and constricted in a monogamous relationship that I don't even know will work out. So I want to be free. I want to do me, and I'll let other people do them. Like, this is not one-sided. Um, if you're seeing me, then you figure out what you want to do, whatever makes you comfortable, and you go ahead. The only thing that I ask, which they also mentioned that I have not gotten to yet in this part, is safe sex. That is a very, 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 very important aspect. Um, so not all sluts sleep with everyone. They come in all different sizes and shapes. Um, and yeah, like, it's fun. I know some other poly people, but this thing is not easy for me to navigate because I feel like lots of people, especially my age, are like, if you're seeing me, like, it's just us, baby. And it's like, no, thank you. You can have that. I feel like it's just so constricting. I'm so young, bitch. Leave me alone. If you can't, if you want to experience all this, that's what it comes with. I'm sorry. I'm not going to just settle down for you. I love you. At least we know that. But I can't just settle down for one person right now. I can't. Unless I'm married. I'm not going to settle down until I'm married. You want to take me off the market, you can engage, but I'm not getting engaged until I'm older. Bitch, I have so much time ahead of me, y'all. And the fact that I know this stuff and that I want this stuff and I know what I want is, I have an advantage. I do. Because not everyone knows what they want. And lots of people, like, they don't set intentions when they're dating. Um, they just kind of go with the flow. And, like, that's not me. That's not me. Yeah, that is me to a certain extent. But, like, ugh, I can't. Like, I don't really like hookup culture anymore. I think it's a distraction, and I think it's a trap because honestly, how I see it, like, love and sex are very precious, and I think that these are tools given to humans. Sex to experience pleasure and procreate, and love so that we can just feel fucking good. And so, for women, I'm pretty sure when we have sex, we experience this, like, high we do when we orgasm or we feel good. I guess it's like a dopamine or whatever other chemicals we experience. And that, oh, we also release oxytocin, like, when we orgasm, I think, or after we orgasm, something like that. And so the oxytocin bonds us to that person. And so women are very loyal. Women can be very, very loyal. And I know that I am. And so I don't want to bond myself because I know what I'm getting myself into if I go down the hookup route. Like I bond myself to this person who probably isn't even interested in me, who probably doesn't deserve me, who isn't going to give me what I want. So that's why I am selective of who is in my sphere, who I give my time and energy and my love to and my body to, because I don't ever stop getting it fucked up. Like some people really get themselves in entanglements, like really deep, bad entanglements, because they don't know the people that they are getting involved with. And so that is my main thing. Like, I want to be aware. I want to know who you are. And I've not always been like this. And it's just like now that I'm starting to practice this. Like, I was completely like that. Like, oh, you're attractive. Like, we should do something or whatever. But like, I'm over it now. Because what I'm realizing is whether or not I find you attractive is not important. It's all of your other qualities, all of your other qualities that really matter and make a difference. And hello, like who you are as a person. That's what I want to get involved with. I don't want to get involved with just your body because I don't do no strings. Like if you are sleeping with me, I get attached and I don't know how to separate it, and I just don't think I can. I feel like trying to deny that is trying to deny a part of my humanity, being a woman. I just can't. I can't pretend like I have no emotions and like have friends with benefits and like everything is a hee hee ha ha. Like that is not me. Like I am committed, I am loyal. Like, and so I like to see people in my life, and I don't want to do like a one night stand thing. That's not me. Like I want something meaningful. I want to get to know who you are, and that is the type of slut that I am. So I really liked this one part of the book, right? Um, Polyfidelity. Let's see if I can find this term again. Like circles and tribes, hierarchies and alternatives. This is so freaking good. I really like this. Okay, here we go. So circles and tribes. This is in the chapter Infinite Possibilities. Circle is a word we use for a set of connections between a group of people that actually might look more like a constellation, with some people near the hub and connected to several others, and others near the outside and connected to only one or two, and perhaps part of another constellation as well. We like the word constellation for this because in a constellation, everybody gets to be a star. I love this book. These constellations may be casual or may become extended families with provisions for raising children, making a living, taking care of the sick, or aging and purchasing property. All right, Dr. James Ramy, in his wonderful book, Intimate Relationships, documented his observations that non monogamy tended toward the forming of what he described as kinship networks, communities bound together by the intimacies of their sexual connections, perhaps serving the same functions as villages did in a smaller world. Some of us have taken to referring to our groupings as tribes. Circles of sexual friends are common. Gay men call these friends fuck buddies. Such circles may be open and welcome new members, typically brought in by other members. When you are a part of such a circle, new lovers of any member are potential friends and family members of your own. So the focus changes from competition and exclusivity to a sense of inclusion and welcome, often very warm indeed. I love that. And I want to get into that more. Other circles are closed, with new members welcome only by agreement with okay. I'm going to repeat it again. Other circles are closed, with new members welcome only by agreement with existing members. Closed circles are sometimes set up as a strategy for safety from HIV infection and other sexually transmitted conditions. That's the type of thing that I'm like into. Like that is more my style. And also to deal with alienation in an overpopulated world. In a closed circle, the notion is that you can play with anyone in the circle, all of whom have made agreements about safer sex and are all perhaps of known HIV status, but you don't have sex with anyone outside the group. Thus, you get to play around with a variety of relationships and still stay in a limited field. Such lifestyles are sometimes known as polyfidelity. I've never experienced this myself, but I didn't know that this thing existed until I read that. So that's really cool. I really like this part that I mentioned. Um, Such circles may be open and welcome new members, typically brought in by other members. When you are part of such a circle, new lovers of any member are potential friends and family members of your own. So the focus changes from competition and exclusivity to a sense of inclusion and welcome, often very warm indeed. We are not competing. We're not competing. And especially for me, I tend to adopt the more feminine role in relationships. I for sure am not competing with anyone else. I am not. I am not. Um, the people who are interested in me, where I don't want them to feel like it's a competition, I don't, because right now I'm just experiencing life and that's the goal in my eyes. Um, it should be warm. Like it's not a competition. There is more than enough for all. Don't try and take away from someone else. And I've heard of mostly throuple situations um, where there's like one man and like multiple women, where there that is the dynamic. And I've known a personal relationship where that was the dynamic. It was a throuple, and the the two feminine or the two women felt like they had to compete or like drag the man into them because honestly, and this is the worst thing, I think, the women were not into each other. One of the women wasn't even like gay, bi, like she was not attracted to women. So that is a messy aspect. That is a messy dynamic right there. Because like you're competing for someone's attention, and it's not like all loving. It's literally like a lack. There isn't enough. I need desperate neediness type of energy, and that's not what I'm going for. There is that is not what I'm going for at all. In my opinion, there's more than enough, and I will love to give you some of what I have if you can give me what you have, and then we share and whatever. That's really it. This has covered a lot of my thoughts on polyamory. But yeah, that was a really interesting dynamic. The man had a wife, and I'm really getting into it. The man had a wife, and they've been married for years, and then the wife had a friend, and the man kind of like their relationship was open, but then eventually they added in the wife's friend who wasn't into women, who eventually became a girlfriend for like a few years, and that ended really messily because the wife was like was into women, but like that was not her type. The girlfriend was not the type for her. It was the type of the man. So that can work well in some cases where it's like a V. I want to say like a V triad or something like that, where there's like three people, right? Um, there's three people in a relationship. I'm dating A and B. I'm dating A and B, but A and B are not dating each other. So this is me dating A. This is me dating B. But these two are not together. So that is a different type of relationship and that can work. But the thing is that they did not do that in a way that worked. So I think that's like a try no, that's a V relationship. So yeah, there are lots of different ways and dynamics. Um the main part I want to say is that people are beautiful. Energy is beautiful. Um I don't want to feel shame anymore and I don't feel shame, which is really cool. Eh, we working on it, right? I feel like, yeah, it's just it's for me, it's a process of letting go, and embracing and feeling confident. But shame is a really big aspect because lots of people feel shame to even ask for what they want. And whereas I've been able to break down that barrier there are more, I'm sure, challenges that will arise for me that revolve around shame, um, as related to sexuality and relationships and sensuality, all of that good stuff. So yeah, it is. This whole thing is a process. I'm learning. Have I ever been in a poly relationship? I want to say, in a way, yes. I've been involved with other people who were poly and had an open relationship. Um, so I thankfully I've been able to learn, like from that scenario I just mentioned with the triad, or the trio, whatever, the throuple. Uh, I was able to learn from what they were going through and apply that. Like that is not what I'm going for. I would like everyone to get along. We all have something in common, okay? I'm sure we have more things in common than we actually realize. So, yeah, it's never an issue of there is not enough, so I need to get as much as I can right now. No, it's like I know that there's so much, so I want it. Like I'm just eager to experience it, to see what kind of people are out there, to see what kind of experiences, cultures, adventures. Wait, very curious, very eager, very excited. And the thing is, this is something that I'm realizing that saying this stuff, like theoretically, philosophically, like beautiful, this is beautiful. Applying it, on the other hand, applying it is something else, for sure. For sure. Whereas people like the idea, and like you can make it this fantasy, this beautiful dream. You're dealing with real people in the real world. You have to take that into consideration. And that's why I'm so excited. I love this book. I really do. I really do love this book. I'm really excited to learn about slut skills and earn my slut merit badge. Like this thing, I swear to God, it's so good. All right, let's begin reading, shall we? I'm going to read chapter 8, Slut Skills, with you guys. So catch up. Great sluts are made, not born. The skills you need to keep yourself and your partners happy and growing get developed through a combination of conscious effort and frequent practice. There are skills you can learn that will help you start your adventure on the right foot and keep it on track. Self examination, in our opinion, is always a good idea. When you are journeying without a map, having a clear picture of your internal landscape becomes essential. Ask yourself, what do you expect from this way of living your life? What rewards can you foresee that will compensate you for doing the hard work of learning to be secure in a world of shifting relationships? Okay, that they said, ask yourself, what do you expect from this way of living your life? What do I expect for myself? I expect adventure. I expect abundance. I expect love. I expect respect. Um, yeah, I want meaningful relationships that make me super happy and joyful, and I feel loved, and like my cup is overflowing, and like I just feel so special. That is what I want. That's what I want. Um, yeah. What is it? I'm talking about this book. No, please get out. Thank you. Great. So yes, that's what I really like. Like, it's true. And that's what I was saying. Like, lots of people nowadays date without intention. They go to the bars, they hook up with people, someone that they don't know, and it gets them into entanglements. What's the point? That's exhausting. Like, in my opinion, that is super exhausting. I don't want to be in a relationship with someone that I don't know. Okay. That is first and foremost any kind of relationship. Like, I for me, like an intimate relationship. I don't want to be in an intimate relationship with someone that I don't know. And this is something that I'm learning. Um, so I know how to take care of myself and I know how to, I guess, go about it in the future because lots of people are very attracted to me. They really are. Um, And thank you, appreciate it, but I'm not feeling it. Sometimes I really just don't feel it, and I'm like, get the fuck away from me, like leave me alone. I don't care. Like I'm not into you. Just leave me alone. It's mostly guys that I'm just like, leave me the fuck alone. Like, can you get a hint? Like, back up. Why are you so close to me? I hate that shit. Why are you staring? Like that shit just makes me uncomfortable. So, ugh, like gross, nasty. Leave me alone. um, so that's yeah. Have an intention when you're dating. You need to have an intention. Why are you dating? What's the point? For me, it's to see new people, experience the world and different things that it has to offer, feel special and loved. And like I'm doing this because I love myself so much that I know that it's possible for me to experience even more love. But it's also like giving from a place of overflow. Like I'm cool. I'm cool. Trust me, I am cool. I like being a home alone. I like myself. I like my time. What? No, I can't. I know. Are you leaving now? Okay. All right. If you get out, then I'll get it. So, yes. Sorry, y'all. City. But yeah, you need to set an intention for what you're doing when you're dating. Um, or else you will get into some messy situations. You have to know what you like, and act accordingly, and don't let anyone else fucking sway you because that shit can be very fucking tempting. Let me tell you. Yes, I'm not sexual. I experience sexual attraction. I'm just very fucking picky. So I'm really fucking picky, and I don't want to be easy. Like I seriously, like I don't want to be easy. That's okay. Um, and I'm not saying that in a bad way. Like y'all get that. Like if you want it, you got it, baby. Like that's all you. Um, personally, I don't do well casual. I don't. You better fucking devote yourself to me. That's the energy I want. Faithful, faithful. But like you can also see your people too. Like that's I'm not possessive, I'm not jealous. I just know what I want. And what I want is someone at least a little bit committed. Um or that's I don't want breadcrumbs, y'all. I do not want breadcrumbs. I want the whole loaf. That is my intention. I'm not gonna see you for a sneaky link and then be left confused and waiting, and that is too much. Let's go out on a date. Let's go out on a date and be together. Let's go to the museum for a few hours. Like that's what I want. They are different. Um, I want to experience life with people. Ta-da! Let's see what else. Yeah, so flight skills is super excited. Super excited. Ask yourself, what rewards can you foresee that will compensate you for doing the hard work of learning to be secure in a world of shifting relationships? I will grow. For sure, I will grow. I honestly think that I will become even more socially intelligent, knowing how to deal with people. Um, what are the rewards? Love, love, appreciation, feeling support. Those will make me feel good. Those are rewards for sure. Adventure, experiences, hopefully mostly positive. Um, yes, some people who have already made the journey cite benefits like sexual variety, less dependence on a single relationship. That's what I was mentioning. Less dependence on a single relationship or a sense of belonging to a network of friends, lovers, and partners. The people we interviewed said things like, I get relief from pressure. I don't have to fulfill every single thing my partner needs or wants, which means I don't have to try to be someone I'm not. People have different ways of knowing and understanding things, so intimacy with various people expands my appreciation of the universe. I love that. People have different ways of knowing and understanding things. Yeah, so they people can definitely change your world and change your perspective. It's crazy. I can have hot erotic experiences without genitalia, genital sex, sorry. Sorry. I can have hot erotic experiences without genital sex and without compromising my emotional monogamy. My lifestyle gives me personal freedom, independence, and responsibility in a way that being an exclusive couple does not. I don't believe that humans are designed to be monogamous. Monogamy goes against my instincts. I never feel that the grass might be greener on the other side of the fence. I've been there. Outside partners are an infusion of sexual juice into my primary relationship. Interesting. As you read this book and hear some stories about successful sluts, you may discover special benefits for you. What are your reasons for choosing this path? Alas, many people begin to explore open relationships because their partners pushing them into it, or because all their friends are doing it and they don't want to seem prudish. We ask that you get clear within yourself that you're doing this for you because it excites you, because it offers opportunities for learning and growth and fun because you want to. Make no mistake, this can be a rocky road if you're navigating it for the wrong reasons. Resentment can easily poison the very relationships you set out to improve. I think that's a big, big, big part. Even because I'm saying this stuff, don't just, you have to experience this for yourself. If you like the sound of what I'm saying, you have to experience for yourself. Don't let me like push you to do something. Like that's not my style. I'm not putting this lifestyle on anyone else. I am upfront with it. That's the best thing I think I can do because I'm not trying to play games. I'm gonna let you know what I want. Can you please let me know what you want and we figure out what we're gonna do from there. I want to be on the same page. That is very important to me. So another reward would be communication skills just skyrocket. They just continue to improve, fine tune them, what works, what doesn't work. Um, let's see. Sexual change can be a path of reprogramming yourself with the joyous feeling of abundant sex and love as the carrot, and the fear of deprivation, boredom, or self loathing as the stick. Since we don't believe that the urge toward monogamy is innate, we think you must have learned your negative sexual feelings and your insecurities somewhere from your parents, from your past lovers, from your culture. What you have learned, you can obviously unlearn or learn something new. Exploring your feelings and changing your reactions to them can be difficult, but what a feeling of power and triumph each time you succeed. You just pause right there for a little bit. And what did they say? Oh, like the culture thing. I think that's really important too. So you've learned, like, okay, since we don't believe that the urge toward money is innate, we think you must have learned your negative sexual feelings and your insecurities from somewhere. So anything you learned about sex, love, you learned it, you got it from somewhere. Movies, books, TV, songs, shows, all of these things, culture, like they mentioned. You have ideas, you have limiting beliefs surrounding love, abundance, affection, what is available to you, intimacy, vulnerability. All of these things are similar, but they're not the same. Okay, so we all have these things in our head. They all affect us differently. We all have different ideas of them. I have a different idea. I grew up with a different idea. You grew up with a different idea. You have to write your own story when it comes to these things. Yes, because I came from a background where I didn't really feel like I didn't have a lot of quality time with my parents during the week, because they worked and they were busy. So during the week, one of my love languages were not fulfilled. So that affects me. And I have to do healing around that and I have to rewrite that. So this is a lot of inner work that we're doing, honestly. And it's not for everyone. This is lifestyle is not for everyone and it's not easy. For sure, it's not easy navigating different people, their desires, their wants, their needs, who they are, all of these things. Not easy. Their times, their schedules. It's complicated. It can get messy. I don't know how messy it can get yet. Okay, I have no idea. We'll see. It's challenging because it's people. It's human nature. It's humanity. You can't do anything about it. So it's not for the faint of heart. You have to really be honest with yourself, set your intention for dating. All right. And I think this is going to be the last thing that I mention. She's probably going to come in my room again. But basically, I think that forever, men have always been pretty out there with their advances. Like, it's kind of like always been encouraged for men to like get ass, to like sleep around and stuff. I think, I don't know. This is my own limiting belief and experience. It could be completely different. But in my opinion, in my worldview, I feel like men, it's always been like good for them. Like it's always been like among men, men are like, yeah, go fuck her and 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 her. Like go get that. Like I don't know. That's just the thing that I get. Or like having side chicks and all this stuff, like and like cheating in a way, like all of that. That's like a vibration. That is a whole different frequency. Okay, so you can take it. I have it right here. Um, business, baby, business. Sorry, y'all. This is my life. Hello. Can you hear me out? Did you want to hold on to the battery? I'm not using it. Oh, sure. You take forever. Yeah. What are you doing? Okay. Look at me, Look at me, girl. Okay. So I feel like men, it's always kind of been accepted for them to sleep around or like have multiple partners. And I feel like it's not the same for women. Yeah, it's not. And so I think that like reclaiming this is super powerful, and it it's the right. Like if you want it to be your lifestyle, then you have every right to that lifestyle. And you should not be ashamed. You should not be scared. Like I'm super fucking selfish. That's why I'm doing this. But I'm also super fucking generous, which is why I'm doing this. Like polyamory. Have you ever heard of it before? What do you think? um, yeah, so women, like I mentioned earlier, we are super loyal. We can be very fucking faithful. Ride or dies, I honestly feel like that whole thing is a trap. Like, I don't want to die with you. I'll ride with you, but really, do I have to die? Like, is it that deep that I have to fucking die, get injured, like harm? Like, bitch, y'all can keep that. I'll ride with you. I'll ride with you. Keep me safe. Like, that's the vibe I'm at. But women are so fucking loyal. They are. So be fucking smart with who you share this part, who you share you with, who you share your time with, who you share your energy with. Be fucking selfish. Be selfish. You have to be. You have to be. Not everyone is deserving. You are on a different level. Everyone is on different levels. You have to find those people that you like their level, and you're gonna join them, and you're gonna share and make a constellation and all be stars. Like, all right. There we go. Um, that's what I have to say. Thank you so much for sticking around and listening to me. Also, pardon the interruptions. That's my life sometimes. Yeah, the ethical slut. I'm so excited to continue this conversation and share what I learned with you. All this is all super important. You deserve all the love that you want, and you deserve to have your standards met. Fucking create your fucking standards. All right, I'm getting into it. Create those standards. Get that dream, get that vision of what you want, how you expect other people to treat you, and you move accordingly. You move accordingly. If you don't want to sleep around, then you don't sleep around. If you want to sleep around, then you do sleep around. All right. If you want to go see two guys in one day, then you go see two guys in one. Care. I don't care, but you need to have your vision of what you want to do, and you need to execute it. And anything else that is not part of it, you say no to. You say no. If you only want to sleep around, then you're going to say no to dates. If you only want to date, then you're going to be saying no to sleeping around. Just because someone is interested in you doesn't mean that they're going to give you what you want. You have to be selective and be conscious. Okay? I really got into it and I really hope that it made it stick a little bit. Please let me know. All right. Thank you so much for joining me. I would love to hear your thoughts. Seriously, please. This is such a fascinating concept to me. I love this conversation so much. I'm always learning alongside you. So, yes, thank you so much. Please feel free to give a thumbs up. Let's say bye to Mimi girl real quick. Let's say bye to Mimi girl. All right. We say bye and that you deserve love, all the love that you want. Okay? We love you. Ciao. Ciao. Los quiero mucho.